You need to move to LA or New York if you truly want to work in entertainment. Because if you don't, your career is over. That's exactly what the industry wants you to believe. And that's exactly why I'm going to change that stereotype. It's true. It's impossible, and there's just nowhere else you can be. This is exactly what the entertainment industry wants you to believe. If you live anywhere near to something that looks like this, you might be done. Whether you're an actor, director, musician, or even an influencer. It just seems like LA or New York is just right and the only possible way to go. What if I told you these rural and suburban areas have opportunities that you don't even know about that I'm going to talk about today? So today you're going to be talking to someone who has lived both in LA and New York City. And I'm going to give you exactly why this is the biggest stereotype and myth of all entertainment history. But the big question: is it really impossible to make it in entertainment from the Midwest? Or is it just what the industry wants you to believe? This is going to be one of my favorite topics we probably have ever gone over this channel because it's obviously so relatable, but also something that I feel like doesn't get talked about that needs a lot more buzz. First, let's honestly debunk the biggest lie, stereotype, myth, whatever you want to call it. LA is big film industry hub. New York is the theater hub. Opportunities only exist in these places. You need all the connections from these places. And if you're not within 5 miles of New York City or LA, you have no career. Why this myth probably exists is because studios here are centralized, agencies are there, and industry, network, and connections happen here. But that doesn't mean what you actually think it means. Now, this isn't meant to discourage anyone, but this is the truth, and it's going to be uncomfortable. The entertainment industry is utterly the most difficult industry to break into, even if you're in LA. The competition is endless. You will likely struggle for years if you're on your own, and thousands, if not tens of thousands, move there every year for entertainment. Moving to LA or New York doesn't give you a Netflix deal. It just gives you expensive rent and straight up hunger. And trust me, I know this. Location doesn't solve the real problem. And what you really need to focus on as an artist of being an actor, director, influencer is your audience, your network, your skill, visibility, and this is your base. Your base is what carries you. Why does the Midwest and suburban areas feel so impossible to break out of? There's a lot smaller communities, and this is true. It may feel like fewer industry jobs rely here, fewer productions may go on here, and you may feel like your connections aren't as strong or a lot less networking could possibly go on here. For more niche examples, fewer casting calls, smaller creative communities, and less people to look up to that are around there. But this is where the stereotype begins to fall. The internet has just changed everyone's chances. And this is where I need you to pay the most attention. YouTubers, TikTokers, independent filmmakers, editing and writing. You no longer need permission in such a hard pathway to do these things. You can now get noticed from something like this. Audiences are global all on the internet. Most creators build audiences first. And it's so crazy now because some random kid in his basement can now get more viewers and more of a base audience than a cable TV show. Point being, location matters so much less than audience and having a base. This is the real strategy that I would take on and I'm currently using in a way to truly build a base and put yourself out there. Build a portfolio within your niche and then move when you have a base. See, LA and New York City, they're amplifiers, but they're not starting points. The issue is that these places like Hollywood, these places like New York City, they don't create talent. It attracts talent that have already proven themselves. So now where it gets kind of controversial is I literally have done both sides of this where I've been very impulsive, go out and go to California and live there and also go to New York City with more of a plan and more structure and build a lot more connections. Now what I would say is what I've really learned is that at the end of the day, I can be anywhere in the world, but where I need to be the most is building my craft right here, building a community, making opportunities for people that are like me to go out and create something great no matter where the location is. So if you're in the Midwest or any suburban state and you feel discouraged, please don't. So now my biggest point, if you're an actor, filmmaker, editor, photographer, musician, or someone that wants to get into content creation and really take this serious into the next level, but you're from the Midwest or a very suburban area, I want to hear from you. I'm putting this to the test and making a short film that is coming out this summer. and I will be shooting partially in the Midwest, and I want to show that talent doesn't just come out of 2 cities, and anyone that is watching this video or behind the camera can truly show the whole world what they're made of, no matter where they're from. The big point is really giving people a chance that felt like they never had to begin with. I know you have talent too, you just may not have the spotlight yet. So since the industry isn't coming to us, we're gonna build something here ourselves. If you're truly interested, reach out to me, whether it's in the DM or in the comments. The final take is it really harder to be from the Midwest and these suburban areas and be in entertainment? Yes. Is it impossible? Not even close. Remember, it's not where you are, it's how you present yourself and how you build an audience through your skill. And that's why I'm so grateful for everyone that has made it this far and watched this Decibel Hills video, because the process of making a short film, making these videos, I want you guys to respond and truly be a part of this. So remember, reach out if you have a talent, because I'm willing to show it and willing to build a community together. I'd just like to say real quick, I'm so blessed for the growth that we've been having on this channel. This was a fun video to make, something personal to me. Something that I feel like isn't touched on enough for the people that don't automatically get put into the best situation and truly do have talent, because, you know, talent's all around the world, but it's really how you put yourself out there. With that being said, if you guys enjoy these videos, these kind of more talking, informational, controversial hot takes, I post almost every other day. Subscribe and comment and like the video if it truly was good. It lets me know whether I should make these kinds of videos more or maybe go towards something else. But I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.